Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gaming with me, Tony Mo, and welcome to the first episode of my H1Z1 solo survival series. Now, I am playing an entirely different character with a bunch of the guys from Praxis, and I'll probably be doing some sort of a series or small bits of gameplay commentary and footage from our ventures, but at the same time, I wanted to try and kick off a single-player survival series similar to the one I was doing for DayZ. And I couldn't think of a better moment to start it at. The sun is rising over the wonderful valley of a town that I don't know the name of. There's a crap ton of zombies down there, and we have a brand new patch pushed to the early access version of H1Z1, bringing more loot and more zombies. This is also my hardcore character on the hardcore server, so we're going to sit here and eat a lot of berries before we do anything. As I said, there are a ton of zombies down there. I've actually been running through the night. This is a fresh spawn character. I wanted to try and get a fresh spawn for this. It is relatively fresh. It has been wounded, sadly, by many zombies. They've definitely increased the zombie count on the servers massively. Both of the locations that I've ran into right after I spawned that I wanted to actually loot, I was unable to due to an extremely large amount of Zeds. And it's no different here. Luckily, I was able to make it inside of this office building and get to the rooftop and sort of hide out. Currently, the zombies do sort of recognize where you are based on some sort of an area of effect sort of situation, so even though they probably don't know that I'm up here, they do know that I'm up here. I imagine that's something that will be ironed out as the game continues to be, moved to development. But right now, they kind of remember that you went inside the building for quite some time. I have seemed to sort of, kind of disconnect with them a little bit. It looks like everything is going to be okay. The big thing, though, I was waiting for the sun to come up because it was so excessively dark. We have another player. There's definitely somebody out there apart from a zombie. I mean, you can kind of tell from the footsteps, but there's often a lot of the Zeds I've noticed that will sort of do a full jog like a human being, so it's kind of hard to tell, but if you listen carefully. It may have just been them getting really excited that I went down a floor. I'm not used to hearing this many of them. The previous build just did not have this many zombies. It's seriously a lot of zombies, but we're gonna quietly search this room for now. The game can be very gorgeous at times, despite how gray it actually is. That sun is really nice. It is just so excessively dark in some points in this game, though. I was waiting for the sun to come up because I could. All right, let's see what they're going. I love the zombies in this game, though. Even at such an early state, they are fascinating to watch, and I think that's how it should be. You should actually be able to sit back and watch the zombies, and they should have this weird little sort of mind of their own. And I do think that was another player actually that took off there with no shirt on. You can tell because when a player takes off their shirt, they'll have a sort of grayish, nasty undershirt going on. So whoever it was or whatever it was, it definitely drew away from some of the Zeds. So we can continue to do some searching here. I guess I should warn anybody in advance who stumbles across this series, who's new to the channel or has been here for a while. I play the game pretty hardcore survival. I definitely play on PvP servers, though. I like player encounters, I like the risk it brings, but I'm by no means a kill on sight. And I wouldn't say I'm a hero either, although I have been known to try and help some people out every now and then. Back in the days of DayZ, did run around as a medic for quite some time. In the days of the mod and the days of standalone for a little bit. But yeah, expect a lot of this. If you don't like this kind of stuff, you don't like listening to me talk, then you probably won't enjoy the series, but I found some multivitamins. That's one of the first things I've found in the cabinets here. Loot has been updated, so we're supposed to find more of it in more locations, so that's always a plus. I wish they would make the flashlight more useful. I'd like to think that just about every modern flashlight has the ability to expand and narrow its light beam, and I think that that's something they should add as soon as possible to the flashlight in this game, as ridiculous as that may sound. I'm trying to figure out where I am. It seems like some sort of a surveillance office. We've got a lot of like radio style communication. I don't know if it's maybe like a some sort of a network. We have Zeds on the bottom floor. We have, oh my god. We have a lot of Zeds on the bottom floor. Now we need to try and find a way out of here. Back onto the rooftop. They're probably going to follow us directly up here now. And the game has suddenly got ugly. It's like once the sun is out, you see a lot of the ugly textures. I'm not sure if we were followed. I just want to make it out of this building at this point. There's a lot more. This is the first building I've entered since I've made it into this town. So I'm pretty much ready just to get the hell out of here at this point. But that was a lot of Zeds. A lot of Zeds. We're on the other side of the building. They are pissed. Honestly, I think that's the only way I can actually get down here, which is problematic. Let's do it. We're doing it. We're running. Oh my god. Yeah, this is totally like, it almost looks like a police station, which is why I was so eager to search the place. Oh my god, these are weapons lockers. Alright, we can't leave yet. We cannot leave yet. I know there's Zeds everywhere at this point, but we're just going to try and be quiet about it. Check our back, and we're going to search all these lockers. I would hate to leave behind, like, a pistol even. Anything. I mean, I know there's not much in the game right now, weapons-wise, but we have nothing. I'd go for a melee weapon. I'd go for a freaking police baton. Multivitamins, definitely take those. Those are always useful. Especially when dealing with highly bacterial human organisms that are trying to eat your face off. Come on. There's nothing in any of these. This is going to be a waste of time. As long as we don't lose any more health, though, it won't be a complete burn. Okay, this is where it's starting to get bad. We're gonna juke him and we're gonna jump the desk. This is a dead end. This is a dead end. More on the staircase. Shove him the hell out of our way and get out of here. Whew. Oh, sliding zombie glitch. Not good. We got a minor bleeding issue. We're gonna try and make it in the next nearest building. It looks like it'll be worth our time and heal us up. This is a dead end. That's a dead end. I'm running into a dead end while being chased by zombies. There we go. Alleyway. Let's take it. Alright, the bleeding stopped on itself. That does happen sometimes. Bandages aren't 100% necessary for bleeding. However, there are times where you'll bleed more than other times, so it is definitely important. We're going to go ahead and take these multivitamins, actually, because they boost your immune system. We're also going to use up one of our bandages. Not something I really want to do, but the health boost that we're going to get from that is actually kind of important to our overall survival. As much as it sucks to bleed, it sucks worse just to die because you were really low on health, so. Alright, out the front door, across the courtyard here. This is a brand new location for me. I've never actually been here. There's still quite a bit of the map I haven't seen. Despite it not being an excessively large map, it is still rather large, which is always a plus. I think it's at a nice scale right now, considering how early on the game is. And you know, it's a nice starting point. Okay, out the back door. It's a gas station and a deer. Just nothing. I'm not. You know, there's not really like a. There's not really a plan of action when it comes to looting things in this game yet, because there isn't really a specific type of building, it seems, that has a specific type of weapon or, you know, objects. Obviously, you'd think, you know, the police station would have a higher chance of having weapons, and luckily we looked, but didn't seem to be anything there. My big concern is I really want to try and craft a bow right now, so we do need to try and get some sort of a melee weapon. Yes. To beat down Zeds. Like that. We can also test out right now here live for the very first time, the headshot damage on zombies, which apparently is a thing. But what we need to do is we need to actually gain some cloth off these guys. Oh, I could have swore I hit him in the head there. I mean, come on, come on. There's way too many of them here now and we're bleeding again. Let's run. Let's bandage. No, let's run. Let's go inside the room, the building here. Oh, you would. Did he make it in? Did he make it in? Okay, we're good. That's some serious bleeding, actually. That's the one thing I hope they dial in over the course of development is melee. Melee in these types of games always sucks. There's just, we need a more directional based system if we're gonna hack the heads off zombies. I think that players should be rewarded for, you know, sort of using some sort of a system like that, similar to maybe what Chivalry offers, where we actually have a dynamic, you know, swinging system where we can aim where we want to aim, and we can swing in the direction we want to swing when we want to swing, not just randomly swinging like, you know, like a blind idiot, which is pretty much how your dude currently swings. But anyways, let's just try and do some more scavenging here, while dealing with the Zeds, which are, they're definitely effective. But luckily it does seem relatively easy to sort of lose them. Okay, maybe not. They're just slow to follow, but they catch up. One of my biggest concerns, and I'm not aware if I'm not 100% sure if they're going to do anything like this, is if they start having zombies actually spawn in buildings. I'm not saying that's a negative, I think that's a positive. I like the idea of zombies actually being in buildings. We definitely needed that water. But I have nothing. I need a backpack so badly right now, it's ridiculous. We're gonna take this, I don't think we can use the, we'll try it. Yeah, I didn't think so. We can purify that water, but we're just gonna drink it straight up, I think, depending on our current situation here. We're actually pretty good. We'll save it. Maybe we'll have a chance to purify it, actually. Yes, nice sliced peaches. I love me some sliced peaches. I prefer the fresh kind, but, you know, in the apocalypse, sacrifices have to be made, and if I have to have the ones dripping in corn syrup, then so be it. Bye, zombies. We're going down to 4th Street. You're welcome to follow. There's a nice party I hear over at the gas station. Oh, what happened here? This is what I was kind of talking about in my first video, you know, giving you guys my thoughts on the game. Is there's a lot of great detail to each of the environments that you find, just those small locations, like a gas station where obviously there was a state of panic. You can kind of, you know, sort of resurrect a story here. You know, people were trying to get in the gas station. Even, you know, in a small town like this is obviously a place that's not a large city. There aren't a lot of pedestrians, there aren't a lot of people around. But yet, people were still, you know, in sort of a panic, and they were trying to get into the gas station, get the fuel they needed to get out of town, to escape whatever fears they had. Here's the test now. Let's try it. He fell over. Oh my god, he's still killing me. I thought they said they fixed that bug. I guess not. So this is bad. We're basically gonna let ourselves bleed. I know that sounds crazy. Actually, you know what? Maybe we won't have to. Let's hack these zombies up and get some... It does seem that actually aiming with the crosshair rather than trying to aim with the axe is actually more effective. I'm hoping we'll stop bleeding. What are we at? 45? Alright, we're gonna try and engage the zombies since we're still bleeding. It's the worst that can happen. Yeah, there we go. 2 shots. So if you can come up behind him, you could probably take him out without actually taking any damage. However, that's not what we just did, so we are a bit wounded here. And this is definitely a bug. Lots of zombies, man. They're pouring all over the place. It's a gunshot. Let's see if we can see what's going on here. I want to try and get one of these high-rise buildings. We did stop bleeding, so that's a good thing. The zombies seem to be slightly drawn to the sound. We're gonna go this way and hit up this apartment building, head to the top of it, and if we can get a vantage point here. I don't want to be down on the ground with anybody with a gun, regardless if they are friendly. That did sound like one of the rifles. The hunting rifle, I should say, because the AR is definitely not that loud. Currently in game, we have the AR, we have the shotgun, the pistol, and the hunting rifle. That's a pistol. That's a shotgun. Alright, we're running for it. Bloody entrance to this place. I don't like leaving doors open. Let's find the staircase. It's so freaking dark, man. It's not even the right door. Just went really, really quiet after that. Let's maybe take a peek. Extra creepy parking garage. There's a Romero's up there too that I'd like to check for food because there's a grocery store. It's the place I was talking about. I'd really like to show that place to you guys as well. I think it's a nice location. More water bottles. We have no freaking space right now. We're gonna drink this. We're gonna drop this bottle, grab the full one. You take a little bit of possible damage to your health when you go ahead and do that. No, I don't want to drink that one too. Cancel. Okay, I did cancel. This system needs to be fixed as well. It's a bit rough. I'd like to see it easier to swap out supplies. It does kind of seem to be a bit clunky at the moment. Get some more food. Mom's pink salmon. Ew. The sound of... Ugh. The idea of raw salmon just being eaten out of a can, uncooked. Even pre-cooked, just the fact that it's salmon in a can at all greatly disturbs me. That is purified water. We are going to go ahead and drop this. We'll pick up the purified water. We're going to go into our discovery system here. We're going to make ourselves some berry juice. Yum. Craft ourselves some berry juice. And drink it all up, because that is good for us. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Drop the empty bottle. Pick up a fresh bottle. We're feeling good. Berry juice always helps. There's a lot of supplies actually in this building. This is great. We're gonna eat everything we can, try and get ourselves... We're gonna go upstairs right now. They'll sound like they're just Zeds, but I'm still a little bit concerned. Nope, that's a player. Come on, dude, really? This is how it's gonna go down? This is how it's gonna go down? I'm gonna have to axe your ass to death.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. Sorry, man.
You really sorry, or are you trying to kill me here?
No. It's
no?
misclick.
Misclick, misclick, misclick.
Let's go together.
I thought I could parkour it. I didn't realize that was the hole. No. All those supplies. I would have been sweet if I actually landed on the edge there and realized that that wasn't the parking garage that I just walked up. Well, fresh spawn, shall we? That's not actually that sad. Hey, we got to spawn in the nice pretty forest. I like the shadows in the forest. They're actually really well done. It always amazes me when I'm actually out, when I go hunting and things like that, how a forest can be so incredibly dark in the middle of broad daylight, just because trees are that great at, you know, blocking out the sun. Alright guys, well actually we spawned it really close to location. Maybe we'll continue this. Let's head down there. This is what I like, you know? There's still that sense of discovery. I don't know how long this will last, but there's still new locations. I haven't been to all the places. It's not just this spawn in and repetition thing just yet. I'm wondering if the game can preserve that as we continue to move forward, but... this is a place I haven't been yet. So let's go check it out. Let's grab some berries on the way there. Everybody made sure, I know, everybody had to make a point of telling me you didn't grab these berries, and I know. I wasn't feeling very good when I recorded that first video. And believe me, the last thing I was worried about when trying to do that commentary was actually staying alive and eating berries. I just wanted to get it done so I could, yeah, take care of my stomach. But we definitely need to grab as many berries as we can. That is most definitely a very, very important thing. You always want to grab berries. Because you stack up on berries, you can have like 80 berries in your pocket. I mean, they count as one apiece, I believe, so you can have a lot of berries. A lot of berries. The game's got some good tunes going on, too. It actually reminds me, if we listen right now, it's very The Last of Us, which is a good thing, because I felt like The Last of Us, the one thing that game really genuinely did an amazing job of, especially considering it wasn't an open world sandbox game, was capture that feeling of loneliness, you know, just being in a world that is dead, is recovering from death, essentially. There was some great moments in The Last of Us. That is wrong. What can I do with rotten chicken? Apart from eat it at my own. I would not eat rotten chicken, even if I was so incredibly hungry. It's not a good idea. Avoid it at all costs. In real life, and in the game, I imagine. What's this, though? Got an empty bottle down there. That's a good start. Could always use a bottle. Let's unpackage our gauze here. And we'll actually put that in our shirt pocket. There's definitely some things I'm wondering how far they're going to take certain elements. I know they're not trying to go like the ultra hardcore route, but I'd be interested to see if they eventually do a system similar to DayZ, where things in your on your persons can actually be damaged, you know, by melee attacks from other players. I don't know if that guy was actually going to kill me. I don't think he was, but I was convinced that it would have been the most epic moment ever had I actually been able to jump across that gap and land just straight up parkour style. Sadly, though, I died. Sadly, I died. Let's move these berries to our pocket. What else can we fit up there? I think the flare can go up there. Okay, so it's actually swapping things. There we go. The empty bottle. We should be able to carry the wrench. We can actually, I think, use it as a weapon as well, which is good because it will no longer take up space in our inventory. Instead, it'll be like on our hip. That's a system that definitely needs to be expanded on. Obviously, a lot of things need to be expanded on in this game. It's definitely still early in development, but I think one of my plans is, after I spend a little bit more time in the game, I'm actually going to sit down and make a video, you know, sort of discussing a lot of the things I'd like to see happen with certain elements of the game, you know, like the flashlight. And at the same time, I won't just waste my breath speaking them here on the channel, but I'll definitely go submit them. They have a thread specifically for submissions of ideas and issues with the game, so that's definitely worth submitting. You know, you never know. A lot of people might agree that it's a great idea if you have an idea that you think would work in the game. For me, it's a lot of the small things. I like the details when it comes to these types of games. I've said that before, and I think it's important to the overall enjoyment of the game if certain small elements are actually at a larger focus. I know there's a lot of people out there who probably are just like, we want underground buildings and underground fortress crafting and vehicle armor, and that stuff's all great, you know, but you have to make the road to those sorts of things, those end game type elements, interesting. If it's no fun getting to the point where you can eventually put armor on a vehicle and drive it about and run over zombies endlessly, then very few people are going to want to get there. And also KOS. You know, that's where that sort of thing starts to happen. I'm trying to actually, what's happening right now in my head is that I'm thinking about the situation with that guy. And he swung once. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the video after this. I feel like he swung once when he was behind me, but he was definitely trying to take me out. I mean, there's no way there's a misclick. He came up behind me. Actually, middle mouse click is voice chat. So maybe he was gonna say something to me, be like, "Hey, man." He snuck up on me though. I didn't hear any footsteps. It was just straight up swinging. That was ultra creepy there for a moment. This is a nice, terrible little unfinished haunted ass town is what this is. The houses didn't even get finished before the zombie apocalypse. That's terrible. Ooh, metal sheets and a crowbar. supposedly one of the most rare things in the game, and it is 500. Oh man, can I carry it on? Yes, I can. Carry it on my secondary. Look at that. We are officially Gordon Freeman, and I think with that, there is no better way to end this commentary. So here's the deal: we're gonna go to Black Mesa, and we're gonna save the world. If you guys have any questions about H1Z1, or about the series, or anything you'd like to see in the series, any sort of feedback, things that you'd like to see me show more of or less of, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. And I'll see you in the next one.